start like I usually do. I was on this morning, but I thought that I would jump back on again this evening. I got some work done really well on my project I'm working on for the acting teacher and the student project film I'm cutting together. So it's coming along smooth. But the tip for today, again, another file management tip for editors. I received some additional content that is supposed to go into the project. So what I want to remind you is create folders. Create folders when you're working for clients. This is a tip for editors. Create separate folders. Don't just put everything all in one folder or just dump it on your hard drive, because that way you will forget things you're supposed to do. So this is a client project. This is a tip for you editors who are working on client projects. You may be new. You may have just started. Longtime editors probably have their own working system. But a tip is to start developing your own content flow, your content management structure. The basic one I use is for each client, I create a separate folder. And then inside those folders, I create different media, files for different media. Some may be audio, some may be stills, some may be music, some may be special effects, some may be graphics. So I keep all the client's content in one folder with the client's name on it. I know it sounds rudimentary, it seems obvious, but I've worked with a lot of editors in the past, and when I had to collaborate with them or I had to get projects from them, they're looking all over their hard drives, trying to remember where they downloaded something, where it went. You need to take that extra moment when you're downloading something from like a file share or WeTransfer. I just got a file in from WeTransfer, and that made me think about this tip to give you guys. Download it into the client's folder where it belongs. Now, the client sent me the music early, and sometimes clients do that. Sometimes they'll send you the credits early. Sometimes they'll send you the opening titles early. Sometimes you have to ask for them. But when you get them, put them all in the client folder. Again, I know this sounds rudimentary, it sounds obvious, but a lot of editors don't do it. And then they're searching. They're trying to remember what the name of that file was. And I've done it in the past. That's why I know how important it is to start your file management, however you decide to do it, your workflow. Whatever your workflow is, stick to it. Develop one. You download the client's content, you put it all in the folder that belongs to that client you're working on. What I even do also, sometimes for bigger clients, I have separate external hard drives that I put all their media on for my longtime clients. Now I have a backup file where I archive stuff for clients when the project is done, but I also have some editing files for clients that I edit for a lot. And I try to, as much as possible, keep all their content on that one drive. So it served me well so far. Sometimes I'll get lazy and I may put something in the wrong spot, and then I have to do a search for it, and I can't remember what it was named because I didn't name it. The client sent it to me. So again, get into that workflow. Set up a workflow for yourself of how you're going to handle your client's media and where you're going to store it. And the great thing about that is if it's all in one folder, then you can easily back it up. And if something happens, I hate to even say it, if a file goes corrupt, a project file goes corrupt and you can't open it, you will be able to restart it because you'll have all the media in one place, and you might even have the render files there. So think your client storage procedures. You have to make them up on your own, whatever works for you, but you need to set up one and stick to it. That's basically what I'm saying. That's the tip. Set up a workflow that works for you and stick to it so that you can be organized when you're editing stuff for clients. And you'll be professional, you'll have less stress, you'll know where everything is, and you can back it up easily so that if something happens, you will have a backup of your client's file. That's what I recommend. That's my tip for today for editors. I haven't given out too many editing tips, but that's one of my tips for editors. What I want to talk about also too today, again, I haven't been talking about it a bunch, but I've been doing a lot of work with Sora too, and I'm really impressed by it. Again, I still deal with the character inconsistencies. I haven't found a way around it. I just ignore it. I've been creating a series, and if you go to my channel, you'll see it, streaming. It's for vertical, here on YouTube only. And you've probably seen some of the episodes floating around. You're probably saying, what is that? What is that? Because they're short. They're 16 seconds, and I've made one 30 seconds. I made one 20 seconds. So I'm staying somewhere between 16 and 20, 30 seconds is the top. So I've made a bunch of vertical series, and it's called Tammy, the Actress and Writer. Tammy, the Actress and Writer. Take a look at it. I'm having a great time creating it. Again, you'll notice the inconsistencies in the character, but once you watch a few episodes, you'll get the hang of it, and it won't bother you as much as it bothers me. Characters' looks change slightly, and I'm keeping, one thing I'm doing, which is also going to be interesting when I finally put it all together, I'm keeping all the blooper generations, and I'm going to put a montage of those together, and I'll probably talk about each one in a little bit and just show you how many steps you have to go through to get what you want from artificial intelligence generated video. I know there's a lot of people online that makes it seem like it's much easier than it was, but it's very time consuming. Oh, thank you. That was my grandson brought me the mail. Thank you. So it makes you work. It makes you work for it. But I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot about timeline prompting. I did a video on timeline prompting. You'll find that on my channel. And what I like about timeline prompting, you have to explain to the artificial intelligence in detail what characters do what at what times along the timeline. Like say, for instance, you're creating a 16-second video. So 0 to 3 seconds, you want the person to walk in the door. 3 seconds to 6 seconds, you want the person to pick up their coffee cup. 3 seconds to 7 seconds, you want them to sip the coffee and say this line. So timeline prompting is kind of like directing for artificial intelligence. You tell the artificial intelligence program exactly what you want to happen in that 16 seconds that they give you. So the more detail you have, and you need to describe the characters over and over sometimes in the details, because they won't know who you're talking about. The AI won't know who you're talking about if you don't describe the character. So I'm starting to learn that if I repeat the character's description with every movement I want the character to make, it's a little bit more consistent. Like right now, as a matter of fact, I have something rendering, a scene that I'm rendering, and I went through it. I've done it 4 times already. So each time it keeps changing it just a little bit. And I'm trying to see if I can get exactly what I want. It's a simple scene, 16 seconds, and I keep doing it over and over again because sometimes artificial intelligence will change something at the end or change something at the beginning or make the wrong character say something. So it's not as frustrating as it was when I first started. I'm starting to get the hang of it. I'm starting to be able to communicate with it better, trying to get it to understand me and give me what I want. So it's working. Sometimes I have to keep going back and doing more timeline prompting and refining it. And one thing I noticed, sometimes I was making a mistake. I wasn't making it clear what character needed to be talking at what moment. So you have to pay close attention to what you're prompting so that it makes sense. It has to be linear because it's going along with the timeline, but you need to explain every move you want it to make. The more details you get, the better. So it's working. I'm learning a lot from all these prompts I'm writing. Sora 2, I'm not even, it's watermarked, but the great thing about the watermark is that it says Sora 2, and it also has my name as I signed up for the program. So it can easily be connected back to me who created it, who wrote the prompt, whose account it's associated with. So that was one good thing I hadn't noticed. And now as I'm watching it, I don't even notice the watermarks anymore. But I also started doing something a little bit creative too. I started using some real footage, stock footage that I'm mixing in with the Sora 2 generated video images. So you can do that. You can have that creativity. I've even generated one episode, I created multiple clips and I edited those clips together. So there's a lot of creative ways you can use this. Again, it's artificial intelligence and it's a tool. Use it as a tool. Learn it. Start now because you don't want to get left behind. I've even found two more programs that I learned from watching some videos here on YouTube that I just investigated today, signed up for their free trial, trying it out. They're all basically the same, but some have more features than others. Some of the new platforms are starting combined features, so you don't have to go to so many different programs to do a lip sync, to generate the character. A lot of companies are combining things together, and some work better than others, but you have to investigate it. And again, I'm never going to leave my love of working with real actors. I'm an actor too. I just like this because it's frustrating, but it allows you to do things that you couldn't do if you didn't have the budget. Like I have two characters now who are in Vegas, and I created scenes where they're in the casino talking to each other. Now I couldn't do that unless I had a real budget. I've made over 25 independent feature films in my career, and never shot in a casino in Vegas because I couldn't afford it. Not that I didn't want to, but that's way out of my budget range. I had the characters driving in a car down the Las Vegas Strip. I have them traveling to Vegas across the highway, the blank desert area. So there's a lot of creative things you can do. And this new technology of artificial and generated video doesn't have to be AI slop, as they say. It doesn't have to be Will Smith eating spaghetti or derogatory comments about women, overweight women or overweight men, or it doesn't have to be weird animals. You can actually use it to create stories. So that's what I'm doing. Tammy, the writer and actress, is my first vertical series. You can find it on my channel, exclusively for YouTube. Now I'm advertising off of YouTube to try to get viewers to come and watch it. So I'm putting ads up. I even created what I loved was I have the ability to create ads where the characters promote the show, and I've put those on Facebook and Instagram. So I'm going to do more of that, and the link takes them to the series, the playlist that you can find on my channel here on YouTube. So I'm having fun. I'm creating a streaming series here, very short micro episodes. But it's really interesting. The technology is amazing. Again, I have that character consistency problem that everyone else faces. I know a lot of programs are saying they solved it. They haven't solved it. They haven't solved it. They're still inconsistent characters. You still don't get exactly what you want every time, but I'm overlooking that because I know this is beta. I know it's beta. I'm testing it out, and right now it's free, so I'm using it. And I've already decided that I'm going to get a paid version, probably a month to month. I'm probably going to go 1 month where it's paid, and then I'll take a month off or 2 months off and write episodes, because you still need to write scripts. Even though they're small scripts, you still need the scripts because you need to be able to tell the artificial intelligence what you want to see on screen. So it hasn't replaced the human creativity yet. We don't have general AI where it will just create series and shows on its own and then give them to you. You still have to have the input. It's a tool. It's a great tool. Just like my script writing software, just like my Premiere Pro editing software, just like my After Effects program. All tools, all do what I asked them to do. AI is a little bit different. It does close to what I want it to do, but it does what it thinks of on its own also. So you have some frustration level there that you can't completely control it. It's not like Premiere where it does exactly what I do because it's working with the mouse. It's software. It's not it doesn't have its own ability to create content, obviously like AI. But so there's so many variables. But if you can put that aside and use it to create and learn how it works. And again, what's beautiful about it is, like I tell my students, they all basically work the same. The layout is basically all the same. And I have the suspicion that they're all coming from the same company that creates ChatGPT, OpenAI. So I have that suspicion because they all look suspiciously the same user interface. So they're making money hand over fist. And that's why they're able to give some of this stuff away to get us lured in. And they really have done it with me. I like using it. It's fun. I can create something just like that and think it through, sit down, write little scripts, and then polish the scripts and I use what's called timeline prompting. I created a video on that. I'm going to create more as I continue to get more experience doing it, and I'm getting better at it. I'm learning how to get more of what I want out of the program. But there's other people that talk about it, so you can search up some videos about timeline prompting. That's going to help you. And when you have time, if you really want to learn this, watch some other videos about the new software. It's like a new program is coming out literally every day or 2 times a week. A new program comes out. So I don't know. All these programs aren't going to stay around because there's no way they all can stay around. There's no way they all can make money. So use them while you got them. The best one I found so far, I like the look of Sora 2 because it's giving me more of a filmic look. I edit the video that's generated because I do some color correction to it. It's a little bit too, the image comes directly out of Sora 2. It's a little bit too saturated for my liking. So I do some basic color correcting and I match it to any stock footage that I edit into the episode. So I'm having a great time with it. And I'm going to keep using it. And I think I'll be one of the users of it. But again, I have not given up my desire to work with human actors. So I have a number of series in the work with human actors, and I will be getting those to you. And once I get them out there, I'll be promoting that also. And I'll have the same thing. I'll have the real actors helping me promote it, online so we can get views. So it's a great time. It's a great time to be alive, creating content, to be a content creator. I'm having fun. I just passed 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You really helped me. When I ask for your help again, go to my channel and look at some of the content, some of my playlists, watch some of the videos in there, turn it on and just let it play in the background. I'm trying to build up those watch hours and I need your help. I need your help and I appreciate it. I thank all of you guys. You're helping me move towards monetization here on YouTube. That's my goal, and to start creating more content, bringing in more collaborators. That's my goal. I'm a guy that comes from the old school film industry, and collaboration is the key. One person can't sit there and do it all, no matter how many fancy tools you have, artificial intelligence. You can't do this alone and do it well. So that's my mindset. I'm a collaborative worker. So if you are in this business and you're in California, get my email, shoot me an email. I love to collaborate. I love to talk about this kind of stuff. I answer all my emails. I answer all my messages. So reach out. I'm open. Love to talk about it. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good evening.